Accessing peace. Existing without violence, with the ability to calmly resolve conflict. Downloading love. An overwhelming, deep, positive affection towards others. Activating liberty. Living your life as you see fit without infringing on the lives of others.
Welcome to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. Online at fppradio.com. I am your host, Darryl W. Perry, the Liberty Penguin, the Wombat, the uncut cocaine of libertarianism. And you know, we're going to do something that we don't normally do. Yeah, we're going to talk about taking a bath. No, not why you should take a bath. Not like, you should bathe yourself. No. Specifically, taking a bath. Not just, like bathing in a shower, but actually sitting down, or if you're lucky enough, laying down in a bathtub for a long soak. Apparently, new articles are being written about why adults should do so, and it has all to do with relieving stress. And yeah, I know, most people are stressed, right? Yeah, they are. Article comes from Reader's Digest. The author begins, "We often overlook tub time as a de-stressor because it's become such a cliche in our culture. But when is the last time you actually had a long, hot soak?" Now, I will answer that question for myself and say that it was a couple of weeks ago. And, well, I'm not exactly a short individual, so I can't fully submerge in a bathtub. I can get my legs submerged in a tub, or I can get my torso submerged in a tub. That's one of the downsides of being 6 foot tall-ish. But I did so not because I just want to soak in a tub. No. I was doing an Epsom salt bath thing because, well, I was having some weird thing with my ankle that it's still kind of bothering me, but for the most part, it's good. So that's why I did it. But let's delve further into the article, again, from Reader's Digest. The author says, "Experts lament that in today's frenzied modern world, most of us leave one important thing off of our to-do list: relaxation. And we all know that stress can wreak havoc on the body, literally making us sick." And then they say, check the silent signs that stress is taking a toll on your health. And they link over to another article that I may or may not get to. That's why baths, albeit a grown-up version, are making a heroic comeback. Jessie Violet Larson, medical massage therapist at UPMC Center for Integrative Medicine in Pittsburgh, says, "When you're in a bath, you can't really do anything else, and it forces you to clear your mind and be calm. Bath time can be a really great exercise for mind, body, and spirit, renewing your energy." Larson encourages her patients to hurry up and slow down, as relaxation is vitally important to mental and physical health. To give your baby bath a grown-up makeover, Larson encourages making these steps. Make the bath your soul chamber, a place where you can go to relax and be alone. Does the door have a lock? Then use it. Larson also suggests bringing a cup of tea or a glass of wine to enjoy during the bath. Shut the harsh light and bathe by candlelight instead. Bring on the aromatherapy with candles like those from the Starlight Project. They're soy-based wax with all-natural essential oil-based fragrances that appeal to adult senses. And then they talk about some of the other things. Basically, this part of the article, for some odd reason, reads almost like a plug for some candle company. Continuing on, they say play soothing music, which has incredible powers of relaxation. Spotify, for instance, has a relax in the bath playlist. Leave your phone outside so you can tune out the beeps and the pings, unless, of course, you're using said phone to play music, in which case you should set it to airplane mode or just turn the vibrator off, the vibrator on the phone. You also don't want to submerge electrical devices in water. But yeah, you can turn the ringer off and not just set the phone to vibrate, but like turn it all the way to silent so that there's no zzz, zzz going on with the phone. They say bring a book if you like, a real one with pages rather than a tablet that's bound to meet its demise in the water. Although there are e-readers now that are supposed to be water resistant. I've never actually used one, so I don't know how water resistant they actually are. But it seems as though if you're soaking in a tub and you're reading a physical book, then pages might get wet. So I don't really know about the, bring a book thing. But it's a suggestion. They say leave a towel within arm's reach so you can touch it with dry hands. Or you can use the quiet time to meditate, perhaps guided by some of the more promising apps. And then they link over to an article that has stuff about mini meditation, MINI, as in short meditations. Leave the bubbles to the kids, though. But you could try adding essential oils or a bath bomb, although, interestingly enough, Reader's Digest, as I was trying to find this article, because I had closed the one browser that I had this article popped open in and opened a different browser with a different article from Reader's Digest. So I was trying to find this particular article, and by searching for bath, there were all kinds of articles about why you should not use bath bombs. So I think it's kind of interesting that they recommend you use a bath bomb while also telling you in other articles why you should not use bath bombs. They also suggest Epsom salt. Larson says soaking in hot water can help relieve any muscle aches and pains you may have. Epsom salt has magnesium, which enters the skin and which the muscle absorbs, further helping your body to relax. Stay tuned. There's more here on Peace, Love, Liberty Radio.
Are you sick of government lackeys who say you didn't build that? Are you tired of elitists who think you need a government permission slip for everything? Everything you do is an A to B conversation, and the government should see their way out of it. Create true free markets by adopting the BIPCOT No Government License. The BIPCOT No Gov license allows use or modification of any product, service, or software except by governments or government agents. Go to BIPCOT.org. That's Bravo, India, Papa, Charlie, Oscar, Tango.org.
In 1999, Darryl W. Perry began a search for traditional values, which led him down a path to the ideas of liberty. He tells the story in A Rebel's Journey, My Path to Liberty. Of the book, Dr. Brian Sovereign says, sometimes it's funny, and sometimes I think it's crazy, but it's always authentic. Find A Rebel's Journey, My Path to Liberty by Darryl W. Perry on Facebook. Ask for A Rebel's Journey wherever books are sold, or visit arebelsjourney.com.
This is Brian McQuaid from the Resist the Empire podcast, and you're listening to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio with Darryl W. Perry.
Maybe, just maybe, watching the price of crypto go up and down and up and down and up and down has stressed you out a little bit. Well, here's a suggestion. Don't watch the price constantly. Yeah, I know it's, for some people easier said than done, because I know people that they'll look at the crypto price every 15 minutes. There are some people that, they're just constantly looking, oh no, that $5 of this coin that I had is now only $4, and oh no, it's that. Just stop looking at the price constantly. Do you do that with gold and silver? I know I don't. Yeah, I every day I'll look at the price so that I can get the price for a newscast, but I don't sit there obsessing over it, looking at the price constantly refreshing. And I don't calculate what my silver holdings are valued at. But maybe you want to, maybe you're getting a little scared about, some of the crypto dips, and you want to turn your crypto into some of that gold and silver that you're not necessarily going to sit there and stress over. Well, you can go to Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. Since 1977, they've been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver, also platinum and palladium. And yes, you heard that right, buying and selling. So you want to liquidate some of your precious metal holdings, they can help you out. You want to increase your precious metal holdings, they can help you out. And they're a Bitcoin preferred business, meaning that they want to take your Bitcoin to turn it into those precious metals. And to show that they're Bitcoin preferred, they have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. So pick up a phone, call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760. That's 800-874-9760. Or visit them online at rrbi.co. That's rrbi.co. So getting back, there's just a little bit more on this article about the benefits of taking a bath. Yes, a grown-up adult bath. We're not talking about putting some Mr. Bubble in the tub and then playing with, little army guys and boats. No. Like an actual warm water, hot water, whatever sort of temperature you're comfortable with, bath where you just sort of lay there and relax. Again, the article coming from Reader's Digest, and yes, the link will be in the show notes. They have a quote here from Jessie Violet Larson, who's a medical massage therapist at UPMC Center for Integrative Medicine in Pittsburgh. And UPMC is University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. She, again, suggests leave the bubbles to the kids, but try either some essential oils or a bath bomb or some Epsom salt. Again, Epsom salt has magnesium, and the muscles absorb that, which further helps your body relax. While you might be tempted to quickly leave your bath and return to normal life, Larson recommends forcing yourself to stay in the water until it cools down. She says it's okay to be selfish and take time for yourself to relax. Now, let's jump over to that other article, the one that was mentioned about, can stress actually be making you sick? Yeah, you heard that right. Stress can actually be making you sick. The article begins, Americans are more stressed than ever, according to the American Psychological Association survey, and nearly 1/3 say that stress impacts their physical or mental health. If you have any of the following symptoms, your stress might be making you sick, and here's how you can combat them. And this is one of those absolutely horrible articles that initially shows as a slideshow thing, but luckily Reader's Digest does have a little thing that you can click to view as a list, which I have done. Number 1 here on the symptoms that stress might be making you sick, you break out in hives. They say if you're suddenly covered in itchy red bumps, stress, not allergies, might be to blame. When your body experiences excess stress for either a short or long period of time, your immune system gets wonky and your body starts releasing the chemical histamine to fight off your ailment. You've probably heard of things called antihistamines. Yeah, so that means that they fight histamines. If the stress doesn't go away, you essentially develop an allergic reaction, and boom, hives galore. Your immune system is weakened by the stress. Your skin can also become irritated by things it has never been sensitive to, such as soap, cold, or heat, lotions, or laundry detergent. What you can do, well, put a cool, damp towel on the affected area. If that doesn't work, take an antihistamine. And then they link over to some de-stressing activities. Again, I'll post that link in the show notes as well. If your weight starts to fluctuate, and this is one that we've talked about previously when talking about stress. Stress triggers the release of the hormone cortisol, which impairs your body's ability to process blood sugar and change the way you metabolize fat, protein, and carbs, which can lead to weight gain or weight loss. Stress can also cause people to engage in unhealthy behaviors like overeating or undereating. Suggestion is to snack on some nuts. The protein will help if you're undereating, and the fiber will fill you up if you're binging. If you keep getting headaches, then you might be stressed. Stress releases chemicals that can cause changes to nerves and blood vessels in the brain, which brings on a headache. Prone to migraines, stress can trigger them or make them worse. It's also common for your muscles to tense up when you're stressed, which can lead to a headache. If you don't want to take ibuprofen, they suggest trying a little bit of lavender oil or peppermint oil. Put that on your temples when a headache starts, or try some other home remedies. And yes, they do link to another article. Stay tuned. There is more, and they don't have these numbered, so I don't know exactly how many more we have to cover on some of the symptoms of stress that might actually make you physically sick. Stay tuned. This is Peace, Love, Liberty Radio.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at weusecoins.com. That's weusecoins.com. Why do they hate us? Is libertarianism compatible with Islam? Davi Barker answers these questions and more in Voluntary Islam and Other Essays. He advances the voluntarist cause with analysis of the confluence of values between Islam and libertarianism, as well as contemporary movements from the Tea Party to the Arab Spring. Voluntary Islam by Davi Barker is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores.
You're listening to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio with Darryl W. Perry. Online at fppradio.com.
Hey, welcome back to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. Online at fppradio.com. Talking about stress, how it can make you physically sick. Again, going over a list here from Reader's Digest, and yes, as always, the link will be in the show notes where you can read it at your leisure if you want to. The next one on the list, and again, these aren't numbered, and I don't remember how many I have gone through, and because there are pictures all through the article, I don't want to scroll up and then completely lose where I was. They say your tummy is just off. Stress can disrupt the function of your GI tract in more ways than one. It can cause the body to produce more digestive acid, which leads to heartburn. Deborah Rhodes, MD, a Mayo Clinic internal medicine physician, says it can also slow the emptying of food from your stomach, which causes gas and bloating, and may even increase the number of times your colon contracts, leading to cramping or diarrhea. What you can do is, well, you may want to take an over-the-counter antacid or drink some ginger tea or one of these other medicine-free stomachache remedies. And again, they link over to a different article. Stress can also cause you to get a cold. Yeah, it's stress, not walking outside without a jacket, that can cause you to get a cold. Now, I know there's probably going to be somebody that says, but Darryl, if you go outside without a jacket, then your immune system is going to be weakened and blah, 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 which makes you more susceptible to the virus or bacteria that causes the common cold. Touché, but again, it's not the actual act of not wearing a jacket that causes the cold. It is something else. But continuing on, stress suppresses the immune system, which makes it easier for you to get sick and harder to fight off bugs. Dr. Levine says when people are stressed, they get sick. It could be a cold or cold sores, which pop up because the immune system can't suppress the virus. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh infected volunteers with the cold virus. Those who reported in a survey that they were coping with many stresses were twice as likely to get sick as those with fewer problems. And there are a variety of things that you can do to boost your immune system. And one study found that zinc supplements or lozenges can shorten the length of a cold by about a day if taken within 24 hours of feeling sick. Meditation, regular exercise, and plenty of sleep can also help you de-stress and, you guessed it, boost the immune system. Another symptom here of stress is acne. As an adult, you thought acne as a distant teenage nightmare, or rather you thought acne was just a distant teenage nightmare, but if your face is suddenly a mess of pimples, stress might be the cause of the breakout. When you're stressed, your body pumps out more hormones like cortisol, which causes skin glands to produce more oil. The excess oil gets trapped inside of hair follicles, along with dirt and dead skin cells, which produce pimples. And they mention some topical creams, and they say for a more natural approach, wash your face with green tea or dab on some pure aloe. Their antibacterial properties can promote healing, or there are other homemade remedies. And yes, again, they link over to another article. Next on the list is, well, your brain just kind of feels fuzzy. Stress can make you mentally sick as well. Too much stress hormone cortisol can make it harder to focus or concentrate, which causes memory problems as well as anxiety or depression. What to do? They say just relax until you regain focus. Practice closing your eyes and breathing in and out slowly, concentrating only on your breath. And again, this is a meditation technique that I've done previously. I've also talked about. There's what's called the, I think it's called the Foursquare meditation, and not Foursquare as in the Christian denomination, but four as in, the number 4, and square meaning you're doing it 4 times as in a square. So you breathe in for a count of 4. You hold the breath for a count of 4. You breathe out for a count of 4. And then you just hold with empty lungs for a count of 4 before breathing in again. And then you repeat that 4 times. Continuing on, another sign that stress might be making you sick is your hair might be falling out. Yeah, it's stress that might be doing this to you, not the fact that you're getting old, although it could just be that you're getting old, depending on how old you are. Might be age, might be stress. Losing a few strands of hair here and there is normal. Old hair follicles are replaced by new ones over time, but stress can disrupt the cycle. Significant stress pushes a large number of hair follicles into what's called a resting phase, and then months later, those hairs fall out. Stress can also cause the body's immune system to attack your hair follicles, resulting in hair loss. What to do? Be patient. Once your stress levels return to normal, your hair should start growing back. And then they link over to an article of, here are some more possible reasons that your hair is falling. I'll stay tuned. There's more here on Peace, Love, Liberty Radio.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Coinbase also allows you to buy and sell Bitcoin using a bank account or use their tools to accept Bitcoin as a merchant. Coinbase has more than 1 million consumer wallets and is trusted by over 25,000 merchants, including Overstock.com, Khan Academy, Reddit, and of course, FPP. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com.
You're listening to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio with Darryl W. Perry, online at fppradio.com.
Welcome back to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com. I am your host, Darryl W. Perry, the Liberty Penguin, the Wombat, the uncut cocaine of libertarianism. And I want to make sure that I tell you about Zencash. Why? Well, because it's absolutely wonderful. It's an end-to-end encrypted system with zero-knowledge technology over which communications, data, or value can be securely transmitted and stored. With over 7,500 secure nodes, Zencash has one of the most distributed and secure node systems of any cryptocurrency. Zencash is a platform for cryptocurrency and communications built by voluntarists for voluntarists, with the ideas of voluntary interaction being written into the white paper no less than half a dozen times. What other cryptocurrencies talk about voluntary interaction? Well, I've not read that many white papers, but this is the only white paper that I've seen that mentions voluntary interaction. And again, that's written into the white paper no less than half a dozen times. And the Zencash wallet, it's available not just as a command line on Windows or Linux, but they have actual GUI wallets for Android. They've got wallets for Linux, Mac, and Windows. And it's not just in English. Their wallets are available in many different languages, and people are working on getting them in even more. Learn more at Zencash.com. That's Zencash.com. Zen, Z-E-N. You know, kind of like relax. You're just Zen. Or the Spanish equivalent, I believe, would be tranquilo. Just calm, Zen. And this sort of all ties in, right? Talking about stress, how to beat stress. Well, relax. And I know that relaxing isn't that easy. It's not. Because it seems there's always things to do. And there's another article here that, well, I'm not going to have time to get into. But it's 4 things that happen to your brain when you are stressed. And how you can wind up overcoming some of that stress. One of the things that's mentioned here, exercise. While more research is needed, experts believe that certain activities could offset the stress response and minimize neural damage. They also recommend meditate. Meditating melts anxiety, and there are numerous studies about this. And most importantly, get good sleep. I'll be back on Friday answering your questions. Send those over ama.fppradio.com.
The podcasts of FPP Radio are licensed under Copy Heart. We believe that copying is a form of flattery and do not abide by the copyright laws. Those laws serve to restrict the flow of ideas which no one can really own. Copying is an act of love. love is not subject to law. If you enjoy the show, consider joining the Fans program and get perks like ad-free versions of Peace, Love, Liberty Radio and FPP Radio News, and also get a copy of the monthly newspaper FPP News. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com.